The walk that seemed unimaginable. After nearly half a century of unprecedented success at the professional level, Bill Belichick, on his freshman opening day, head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, leading his team in to take on TCU tonight. Chris Culliver, one of the deep men back. He returned 5 kickoffs for Carolina last year, 2 to the house. Limmerman. Culliver looking for room, and TCU chases him out of bounds, well short.
Side by the back hood and read that double team.
Lopez's first pass, he's got a man out there, and hauling it in is Jordan Shipp. And the first pass of Gio Lopez's Carolina career is an explosive play.
Football, watch what it does to the linebackers and safeties. Their eyes get into the backfield. It allows you to work across like this. See how he's a little hesitant, looking for the crosser, but nobody gets back deep. Good job of putting that out in front.
Picked up 39 on the big pass play to Shipp. Now the RPO on the slant, Shipp again, and he's dragged down at the 5. First and goal, North Carolina. Ran for nearly 500 yards at South Alabama last year. Leave it with Hood. Hood for the goal line, straining and goes in, standing up. Touchdown Heels. Start for North Carolina. Hood had the first carry and he had the final one on that drive. Bill can hardly contain himself. Kirk, keep an eye on the center. That's Chad Lindbergh. That's his first career shotgun snap, and Gio Lopez somehow got away, or maybe a whistle blew.
It's an unusual formation. Get 4 receivers out in front. That's an easy first down with a quick throw. If this offensive style doesn't have that balance and they can't establish the run, it really neutralizes what it can do.
Do a good job picking up the backers. Hoover puts it right on the money. What a throw to Jordan Dwyer, and the Horned Frogs have answered. 27 yards.
This time he does a nice job of stepping up and picking up this backer blitz. With a middle field safety, you got a one-on-one shot, and with Hoover's accuracy, look at that ball. Right over that outside shoulder, right exactly where Dwyer, the transfer out of Idaho, could go get it and get that touchdown.
After Carolina cut them up on the opening possession, haven't gotten much done since then. This is their second possession since the touchdown drive. 3rd and long for Gio. Feeling the heat, laying it out there. There are a couple of Frogs in the area covering Shipp, and pressure applied by Devin Deal.
Looks like they may still be coming.
Hoover over the middle. Complete right at the 50-yard line. That's exactly where the first down marker is. Joseph Manjack, picture of health. He's been great in camp and off to a good start tonight. And there he goes again, breaking tackles, and he's down close to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 9.5 on first down.
Allows the quarterback to be able to throw in rhythm, puts the ball out in front, anticipates well. Second time we've seen the big tight end Rodgers get his hands on the football. 1st and
25. They've got to get it to the 3 for the first down. Hoover fires. He'll get some of it right there, right on the money. Is Dwyer working on Allen, and kick on the way. It is true, and TCU has scored 10 straight. Davion Gauss in at running back now. Lopez trying to run quarterback draw, and TCU is having none of it. And it'll be another 3rd and long. Paul Oyewale and Marcus Deal, running backs on either side of Lopez. And no running room for the Michigan transfer, and 3rd down and 9 for Hoover. Josh dancing away, keeping his eyes downfield. Oh my goodness, he threaded that in there. What a catch by Dwyer.
It's a good job of working back. I think he's running his route. Now he sees his quarterback's in trouble. He didn't have much of a choice here. That ball was on him in a hurry by the time.
Empty on 3rd and 4. Screen, and that one's off. Targeted and intercepted. Caleb Cost.
Again, get better. He kind of falls off of this throw. Felt the pressure there by House 7, and he had to put the ball high. By putting it high, that's a very dangerous throw. Goes off the hands of Bailey, and what an effort.
Got to get it to the 29 on third down. Lopez to the outside, and it's intercepted. And it's going to be a walk-in touchdown for the veteran Bud Clark. His 12th career pick, and TCU gets the ball right back and punches it in for 6.
Knows exactly where he needs to be because he knows where the sticks are. He knows the ball's going to be coming out right around the sticks at the 29-yard line, and just timed it up perfectly.
An important thing for this defense when Bud decided to come back to play another year instead of going to the pros.
Trying to go empty here to get the numbers for him, maybe on a quarterback draw, but they're blitzing.
He got it snapped and it rolled to him. Gio going to fire it deep. He's looking for Ship out there, and all over him with excellent coverage was Austin Jordan. After Carolina took the opening kickoff, marched right down the field, went up 7-0. Since then, it's been all TCU. Another completion to Dwyer, who keeps his feet hedged for the boundary very wisely, and the clock stops with 31 to go.
Linebacker came down. Good decision by Hoover.
Hoover again. There goes Barnes racing for the sideline and gets out of bounds. Clock stopped with 13 seconds to play. He's made one tonight. And now he has made 2. With a 20-7 lead after Lemmerman caps off that waning moments of the first half drive.
Big drive for the North Carolina defense.
That was the Capital One rewarding performance, and this is a rewarding run as Gavorian Barnes is out the gate, inside the 30, to the 10. Touchdown TCU, 75 yards and no flags.
Hat on a hat and downhill running. And then we'll watch one on the left there. Look at McAllister hustling downfield. Great job, great effort. Love to see it from a receiver who's known for his ability to make catches. But that's an offensive line that's been playing with confidence throughout this game.
Boy, do they need to stay on the field on offense here. Benjamin Hall was greeted almost as soon as he got the football. Paul Oyewale was in the backfield. Hall had nowhere to go, and it's another 4th down for the Tar Heels.
There's some great ones.
Yep.
Man, LT.
Well, speaking of LT, we've got TCU running backs suddenly looking like their version of LT. Hoover drains the play clock, and then it's a quick completion. There's Payne. He's got a first down. He's up to the 45-yard line. Hoover right down the middle, a dart. And close to the first down marker, that's Chase Curtis. They call him the heart and soul of this team.
What you see is a linebacker that ends up blitzing, showing blitz, dropping, and the result is look at the open space. Nobody reroutes him. He's just walking. That's almost like against air.
I actually think it was the right call.
Do you?
Football move, and he fell on the fumble.
What is a football move?
Well, ask Clemson. Into the open field goes Trent Battle. There's a football move right into the end zone. A 28-yard run. And the Heels are getting the boot put right to their backside.
Gets to the backer. And then you bring in a back that hasn't carried the ball much tonight. He's got great speed, kind of a do-it-all back in battle. That's 170 yards rushing on the night. 157 of those between the tackles.
It's now been 2 hours and 7 minutes since North Carolina completed a pass. Caleb Hood in the backfield. Lopez gets hit, and that's a strike that he threw in there nicely to Hood. Hood took a big hit.
Time after that experience, they've used that as a, hey, let's stay focused on us. Let's prep. Let's get ready to go. Not worry about this.
Ball is loose. A scoop and a score, and racing for the end zone is Devin Deal. And to borrow from my friend Rich Eisen, TCU has busted out the whooping stick.
It's a third down and long. Look at the pressure with the linebacker blitz. Good job of spying. Gets a little bit fooled with the pressure from the effort there from behind, from backs. Ball's on the ground, and there's Deal to pick it up, walking it in for his second defensive touchdown.
41 consecutive points after Carolina took the 7-0 lead. Gio Lopez has had his second turnover and took a big hit. We'll go to the bench, and Max Johnson
What a
will
story.
Make his return. A spectacular story. He's been around, started his career at LSU, went to Texas A&M, been through coaching changes. Both of those two places, the coaches changed. It happened here at Carolina. First game last year against Minnesota, suffered a horrific broken leg. Max's brother tied in on the team, Jake Johnson. Boy, Max just took a big hit and delivered the football. Jordan Shipp making the catch.
The TCU defensive line continuing to push people around. This time it's to left guard Banfield. Watch the push coming right through here. Just pushes him and hits Max Johnson right as he throws it. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure Max was wondering what that first hit was going to be like. It could have been a little less than that, I'm sure. Kirk, that was their first third down conversion of the night. Max going back to work, going to take a shot, got a man out there. It's complete. Making the grab is Javarius Green, his first catch of the night. And Max Johnson's giving him a little late spark with a 39-yard completion.
Boy, he does a good job using his eyes this way to try to hold the safety and then take that shot down that left sideline. And by doing that, he held him just long enough to the middle of the field by looking him off, allowed him to be able to squeeze that in.
Headed down toward a half-minute to play in the third quarter. Carolina trying to get one in. Max Johnson firing, touchdown, and it's his brother Jake.
That's great.
Johnson to Johnson puts one on the board for the Heels.
Crowded, just kind of letting the receivers around him affect the defense, and then he just kind of sits in that spot. Love the accuracy. Look where he puts his football, just to the outside, away from the defender, the linebacker. Pitch and catch, right? That video game?
Yeah. Little shovel pass in there to Trent Battle. Battle with big touchdown run, almost picked up the 3rd and 21. They'll stop him a couple of yards short of the first down. It's 7 of 8. His first action since suffering that horrific broken leg in the opener last year. And make it 8 of 9. How helpful Max Johnson. As Ben said, he didn't try to mess him up, though Carolina messes up there. And it's another turnover, I believe. Looks as if the Frogs got it, and they did. Changed uniform numbers, and 37, worn 37 tonight. He just never got it in, and it's the 3rd turnover of the night. Expected maybe someday Navy because of his affinity for the Naval Academy.
Could have seen that.
Largely grew up there, and now Nate Palmer's running through tackles. Nate Palmer with fresh legs, wanting to get his act. And I tell you, Evan Gibson sort of got run over. His 26-yard gain for Palmer.
You know, that's what week one, you know, some teams you struggle. There's another missed tackle.
Dwyer, who's been in once tonight, trying to get him for a second time, and he'll be stopped short of the goal line. Abilene Christian next week, and this weekend in SMU. They're trying to get him maybe more stats. Another touchdown pass, and he's got it. That is DJ Rogers, who's had a good night. And
Josh Hoover's feeling it tonight.
The Colorado game.
Well, and again, I think they were tired of the message throughout the last week or so, and they respect Bill Belichick, but very competitive for the majority of that game.
Did a couple of times late.
You're talking about what a great young man he is with high character, but he's also really great off the field. There's a wonderful story on ESPN.com by Pete Thample about
TCU mercifully trying to get deep in the clock.
There he is.
There he is. Look, big fella.
Gonna let
back
him.
and make sure we can see him.
Go. You see, there's my board.
America
You got the
him.
board right here. Here's the clicker. You work the clicker here. There you go, right there. Here's your board.
Pete's in the bus taking a nap. Boy, oh boy, he was ready to go now. He came in, bouncing around, and there's going to be a little bit of a spring in the step of the Horned Frogs after this performance. Josh Hoover and company dominant on a night with Bill Belichick goes to college football. Belichick and Sonny Dykes greeting.
You want this, you got that. No way.